Hello everyone, Kelly Laverne here, that friend in your ear. Listen, we all have a story. We all had things that happen, situations, circumstances. You know, there used to be a saying, well, what had happened was, and I'm sure we all have a what had happened was story, or about last night. You know, that was another one, about last night, but that usually related to something positive. I don't know, but the what had happened was usually us trying to explain our way out of something, or explain what happened, or, you get what I mean, right? It was real popular. I don't know what happened to it. It went away. But anyway, I just wanted to encourage you as that friend in your ear, that no matter what situation or circumstance you may be in right now, acknowledge it. Acknowledge where you are right now. Embrace it. It's a part of your life experience. You know, a lot of times we want to rush through our day. We want to rush through our week. We want to rush through our month. And speaking of that, I cannot believe next month is December. How did that happen? But anyway, we want to rush through things. We don't want to, as the saying would go, another one, stop and smell the roses, right? I know sometimes the roses stink, but who knows? But we don't want to stop and smell the roses, or just appreciate where we are. So I want to encourage you just to embrace where you are. It could be a negative situation. It could be a bad situation. It could be a little mix of both. You know, we can have those experiences and those situations where there's a mix of both happening, right? That's where I am right now. There's a mix of both going on in my life, and I need to embrace what's not so good as well as the good. Why? Because it's part of my life experience, my life journey. And as I'm embracing it, I need to look for what I can learn from this. There is always something that we can learn in our experiences, in our life journey. We can always learn something. So what is it that I can learn? Do I need to be more patient with myself? Do I need to, budget better? Do I need to plan better? Do I need to just let this happen and move on with life? I mean, some things are beyond our control. It's nothing we can do about them but pray. I'm a woman of faith. I like to mention that. And if you are a person of faith, prayer is the key. We know, don't we? Without prayer, I think I would have lost my mind. But anyway, we have to embrace where we're at. Acknowledge it, realize where we're at. I used to, somehow in my head be in this fairy tale mindset that these things weren't happening or weren't occurring, that they were. And I think I was just trying to, when you're going through things, especially trauma. Have we ever talked about trauma? I don't think so. But when you're going through a trauma, our body tend to have that flight or fight response. And I would always go into this flight response where I'm ignoring the reality of the situation that I am. I guess that's the best way to explain it. I don't know. But anyway, getting back to this. Now we have to embrace where we are. We have to realize it. Why? That'll help us grow. That'll help us grow. It'll help us to appreciate our life journey. I mean, we could be on another journey, and everybody's journey, it may look like it's better, but I don't know. There's some... No, I think I'll stick with the journey that God has me on, because you never know. The grass always looks greener on the other side, but I say the grass is only greener where you water it. So if I was to go over to that other green grass, I would have to water that grass too. And I don't know what's required of them to water that grass to make it so green. Just like you don't know what's required of me to water my grass. We're talking about life, not really grass, just making an analogy, right? You get it? I hope you get it. So I don't know, but appreciate your life's journey. Appreciate the steps that you're making. Appreciate the situation that you're in. You don't have to stay in it, but embrace it and appreciate it. There is another saying. I'm full of these sayings today. It could always be worse. And after living this long, I've realized that is true. I've realized, if you have people that'll be transparent with you, and if they talk to you, you'll be like, wow, I thought my situation was bad, but their situation is, I couldn't handle it. But we know that God only placed on us what we can handle, right? He only gives us what we can handle. And I tell you, sometimes I think God thinks I'm mighty strong. He really does. He has a lot more faith in me than I do. Let me tell you. But anyway, he only gives us what we can handle. So no matter where you are, I want to encourage you to embrace it, appreciate it. It could be worse. And guess what else? It will get better. It will get better. Just keep going. Keep going through the go through. keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up where you are. You have to go through it in order to get out of it, right? Prayer, faith, the word, you can get through it. You can do it. The friend in your ear is just here to tell you that you can do it. Whatever you're going through right now, it's not going to be always. No, it's not going to be always like this. So that's a good thing. That gives us hope, right? It gives us hope, and it gives us a reason to hang on and to want to see the outcome. Don't you want to see what happens when you're out of this, when this is going and no longer an issue or a negative circumstance or situation? Can you imagine that? Like, start to imagine that and envision that in your head and keep going. Strive for that. Make that a goal, that you stay the course so you can see the outcome on the other side, because you will get through it. We were already through 2024. I mean, next month is December. Again, how did that happen? Oh, how did that happen, folks? How did that happen? Maybe it happened when, no, I don't know. It just breezed by. It breezed by. So many things in life breeze by. They just breeze by us, and before we look up, we don't even, like, how did this happen? But anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you. And if you're really feeling overwhelmed and really feeling stressed, do some self-care. Take some time out for yourself. We talked about deep breathing before. Take 5 minutes to breathe deeply. That can really help you. That can really get you to go, okay. It might not change the situation, but it'll change you. It'll help you just to exhale for a few moments and then carry on. Also, being a woman of faith, remember your word. Read your word, pray, talk to God, talk to others. Psalm 37:23 says that the steps of a good man, which includes women, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. So if we know that our steps are ordered, we know that we're going in the right path and that nothing surprises him. Hear me, nothing. So hold on, keep going. See where you are as a starting point to better, to greater, to more. See it as a starting point. Embrace it and go forward. Kelly Laverne here, that friend in your ear. Talk to you soon.